I was in Halifax because my husband was a naval officer and stationed in Halifax. I lived in Halifax from 1947 for 9 years. And while I was in Halifax one day in 1948, my father phoned me. My father had a grocery store in Little Italy in Hamilton. My father phoned me to tell me that his cousin's daughter was coming from Italy on the first ship to come out of Italy since the war. And did I have an opportunity to go down to the immigration to maybe help them because she was coming with a husband and a little girl. So I said to my dad, Papa, I don't know whether I'll be allowed. I don't know how close that immigration is, but I'll phone, and if I can, I'll let you know. I did phone, and I was welcomed openly on the phone to say that they would welcome any help, and they told me when the ship was coming in. And so I drove down to the immigration, and it was called Pier 21. Pier 21 was in fact a little office, and as you walked in, you went into a place that was just like a horrible warehouse. The steel walls didn't fit, and the wind came off the water, and it was cold, and very, very primitive, and certainly not ready for any ship to be coming in with children and this sort of thing. And by the time I got in, the ship had settled in, the passengers had come off, and they were into a huge room sitting under their respective letter of the last name. So each one was sitting on a bench, and the room was crowded with this group of people, a lot of people. They looked really tired, they looked really sick. It wasn't a very good trip, it wasn't a very happy ship, and some with children. And at the end of each row of these people on the bench was a customs officer waiting to interview them. And I'm standing there talking, watching, looking for a red-headed person that is not there. And this officer came and talked to me, and he said, "Are you looking for someone?" And I told him my problem, and I gave him the name. And he said, "Do you speak this language?" I said, "Yes, I do." "Oh," he said, "we'd be so happy to have you. Tell this group that in order for them to get on their train at 6 o'clock tonight, we will have to have them all processed, and we have trunks to go through as well, and then we will put them on their trains to wherever they're going. But they need to have the pass that is paid for on their voyage from Italy, and $2. And you tell them this, and then my officers will program them, and we go into another area, and we look at their trunks." So I said in my Italian, I said, just pay attention. I said, I've just been told that you have to have the biglietto di viaggio pronto e $2 e ci può passare quando sei pronto. There was this, and a little man in the corner looked at me. "Signora," he said, "ci hanno detto lo stesso a Napoli e ci hanno rubato." "Oh, mi dispiace sentire una cosa così, ma qua non ci succede. Perché qua ci vuole solo vedere, i $2 ci serve per comprare un pane, un po' di tuna per mangiare per la strada. Non ti tocca, ci vuole vedere." So little by little, the money started coming out from the sock and from in, and Inspector Wade, he turned out to be Inspector Wade, asked me if I would stay to walk up and down on the outside of these officers, because they were having, the most trouble they had was a biglietto di viaggio. Everything else, these guys could hardly wait to get past because they wanted to get going, And so, meantime, the couple I was looking for were not there. And he went to look for them when I gave him the information. So I'm walking back and forth, and as an officer was having a problem, he would wave, and that was the first day, the first time I went. After that, Miss Inspector had my phone number, and he called me when the ship came in. And so from 48 to 54, I went to Pier 21. I saw a lot of people come through. I felt a sense of being in my mother and father's shadow about when they came. I felt, this is my parents' past coming to me, that my mother came with an 8-year-old and didn't know the language and, had to struggle. I play bingo now with a group of people that were at Pier 21. And one of them told me he went back to Halifax. And I said, what made you go back, Johnny? Oh, he said, I had to see. But now it's a museum. And the pictures are there, and everything is clean, and everything is lovely. But that first trip was really, it was really a brain mover for me.